Okay, Stella, we are ready.
Can I have your attention? Oh, I am so nervous. I think I just pissed my pants.
Holy smokes.
Mary Teresa is honored to say grace before we indulge into our beautiful meal. Parents will be served first, and everyone else will follow in sequence.
What kind of sequence?
That table's last.
Dear God, please bless the food we have among us, the family and friends beside us, and the love that binds us together. Amen.
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 Give it some bits.
Dad does not drink. He was a little wild child in his younger days. So, when we were planning this, he likes his kubasa. So I said, we'll beef it up a bit. So, Dad, we're just going to do a little daiboja with our kubasa here for you. So, to Mom and Dad who have taught us the true meaning of devotion, commitment, and love, thank you for the example you have given to each one of us on how to make a marriage work. As we raise our glass to kubasa, hope your love carries you on many more years. Daiboja, like they say.
It's your sausage.
Me too.
Or give us some ice cream.
Okay, go on, sit, grab it.
Get the fairy cake cropped inside there.
Last time I was getting cats. There was no sausage. They put cats on
It's an honor to stand amongst family and friends on this such a milestone of our parents. First and foremost, thanks to all who traveled great distances to be with us on this special occasion. When we started the preparation on such a special event, I remember my mom and dad saying, "Girls, keep it small. Maybe a little garlic sausage. That's all we would want." Well, your wishes have been granted. On behalf of us girls, Mom and Dad, we don't know how we could ever thank you for the sacrifices you made in our lives and the abundance of love you offered to us in our growing up years. Now that we all have families of our own, we realize how difficult this parenting role is. We acknowledge why you set boundaries. At the time, we thought you were mean and old-fashioned. Life is so full of challenges and the unknown. But thank God you parented us all in a way of preparing us for the real world. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, since I will pass these skills on to my children, and history will continue repeating itself. You showed us work ethics. At times, Dad was taken away with work to provide for his family. Tough.
You do fun.
At times, Dad was taken away to work to provide for his family. And Mom, you were left at home with us three girls to keep the home's fire burning. By no means was this an easy task, especially with daughters like Arlene and Laverne. Mom, you were always so straight with us girls. For instance, the talk about marriage and how it was like a deck of cards. In the beginning, all you need is 2 hearts and a diamond. By the end, you wish you had a club and a spade. Dad learned at quite a short time about living with 3 women. He never would express it, but we knew what he was thinking. Whatever you would give a woman, she'd multiply. If you give her sperm, she'll give you a baby. If you give her a house, she'll give you a home. If you give her groceries, she'll give you a meal. If you give her a smile, she'll give you her heart. She multiplies and enlarges what is given to her. So if you give her any crap, you will receive a ton of shit. All jokes aside, oops, one last story. Mom and Dad were exhausted from a hard day's work at our farm. No sooner they hit the pillow, Dad passes gas and says, 7 points. Mom rolls over and says, what in the world was that? Dad replies, it's fart football. A few minutes later, Mom lets one go and says, touchdown, tie score. After about 5 minutes, Dad lets another one go and says, I'm ahead 14-7. Not to be outdone, Mom rips out another one and says, touchdown, tie score. 5 seconds go by and she lets out a little squealer and says, field goal, I lead 17-14. Now the pressure is on. Dad refuses to get beaten by Marge, so he strains really hard. Since defeat is totally unacceptable, he gives it everything he's got and accidentally poops in the bed. Marge says, what the hell was that? Dad says, halftime, switch sides. Thank you and enjoy the eventful celebration which is starting to unveil. I'll give you a little insight towards our evening, but before then, I'd like to call upon country-style barbecues. On behalf of the guests and daughters of Jack and Marge Woykin, we extend our sincere gratitude towards the meal you have bestowed upon us. We wish you years of prosperity with your catering business and hope our paths shall cross and the future endures. Until we meet again, thank you for being part of our parents' special day. I'd also like to give a warm welcome to Jessie Lewis. Jessie will be entertaining us with a hypnosis show full of laughter. Then it's time to refuel our bellies. Lunch will be served. Pictures will be taken for memories. Once darkness approaches, a video will be projected on the outside of the tent dedicated to our parents. A moment to honor ancestors, then fireworks, things up. Sunday, 11 a.m., same place, happy ever after brunch for everyone. At this time, I'd like to call upon Ryan Paddle. She's feeding the baby.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Really?
Okay, Ryan. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not ready. Okay. Alright, so first off I want to start by congratulating my 2 wonderful grandparents. 50 years of marriage is almost unheard of these days. Grandma and Grandpa, you have always been there for me. We have always been very close as I was growing up, and I learned a lot about love and marriage from both of you. I hope one day Ryan and I will be married and happy as both of you after all this time. Cheers to both of you. I don't have my drink. As I sit back and think about my 30 years of life, I think about all the love that I was surrounded by. Not only did I have caring grandparents, but I have amazing parents too. This past week was my parents' 25th anniversary, and it seems like just yesterday I was standing in that church waiting for their beautiful ceremony to be over. I was so hungry and they forgot to feed me. I can remember good times and hard times, but most of all, I can remember the love that we shared that could get our family through anything. Mom and Dad, you were not always perfect, but you were both perfect for me. Now as I'm all grown up and I get to watch Jessie and Riley grow up too, and I see all the love you have for them. Lucky for you guys, Jessie and Riley have each written a poem for you. Okay. Ready? Okay.
I wrote a poem about what love is. Love is when Dad put a new roll into the paper on the roll. Love is when Mom washes all the dishes so Dad doesn't have to. It's when Dad starts to fight with Mom just to make her mad. Love is when Mom does all the shopping. Love is when Dad wrestles with me and Riley. Love is when Mom cuts the grass so the yard looks nice. It's when Dad carries all the heavy stuff for Mom. Love is not when Mom snores. Love is when Dad makes money for all of us. Love is when Mom cleans the house so we don't have to. Mom and Dad, we love you. Happy 25th anniversary. I wrote a poem about what marriage is. Marriage is waiting to have a baby. Marriage is a lot of happiness and it's a big thrill. Marriage is a new life with lots of love. Marriage is a life with your soulmate. Marriage is a bundle of joy. Marriage is a new house and making a family. Marriage is something to congratulate, and it's a lot of hard work. Congratulations, Mom and Dad, on 25 years of marriage.
So we sat down and we contemplated what kind of gift we could get for you that you could cherish forever. Honestly, mat leave doesn't pay very well, and Jesse and Riley are pretty stingy with their money. So all we could come up with was this jar. We know that you both have always wanted to go on a trip somewhere, and there are no two people more deserving. Unfortunately, the funds just weren't there. So we got you this special box, which has some chocolates in it, and we also made you a vacation jar and started you off with a bit of money. I know that 25 bucks won't even get the plane off the ground, but Grandma and Grandpa Rostotsky thought $1 for each year of marriage should be a good start. All jokes aside, Mom and Dad, congratulations on 25 years of marriage. That's a great milestone. Jesse, Riley, and my family wish you many more years of love and happiness. We are so glad to be a part of your lives every step of the way. We love you. Lydia, what do you? Grandpa wants to talk.
I would like to thank the girls for putting on such a good show. Also the caterers, they've done a good job. And I got a bone to pick with Tamara. She was staying at our place last week and I asked her, what's going on? You want me to tell you? I said, sure. Oh, I forgot. And same thing with Candace. Every time she comes over, I says, is it your mom's place? No. But Laverne wouldn't let us come to her place for the last month. So anyways, it turned out okay. Everybody have a good time and thanks for coming out. We're just going to bullshit anyway.
You just don't want me to be truthful, eh? Okay, I'm not too great a speaker, but I will try. It's so great to see all our friends and relatives coming from near and far. Many were renters of ours. She's here, Shirley at the back. My cousin Susie, who we don't see anymore. For years we haven't. And all the other side of the Rostotsky family, it's great to see you all. Also Stan and Ann for coming out from Fort McMurray, and Bill and Kay, and that we don't see as often because we're all busy grandparents. We're doing for our kids and grandkids, and sometimes we just don't get to see one another. Jerry and Claire, we manage to visit them every now and then too. They're busy, working. And who else? Oh, Rob and Iris for coming to the stewing for us. Really means a lot. Okay.
Those are happy tears.
That's your time. I told you I'm not a great speaker, but I'm trying. And Kevin and his family also out from Calgary way. John wasn't able to make it. I think they're busy cleaning up their place, but we keep on computer with them. And
Your favorite daughter.
me. thanks again, girls. We said you didn't have to do it, but you wanted to, so thanks ever so much. And now we'll just
Celebrate.
visit.
Celebrate.
Celebrate, right.
We're just gonna move everybody either like get the hell home. No, we're gonna move everybody to the back more so for we can get up set up for Jesse. And we're picking whoever we want up here. Claire, you're one. No. And Faye, you seem like you want to do it. No. So help yourself to the bar and we're just gonna get this front area ready.
Everyone, if you start to wave your hands just a little bit in front of your face, just one hand to start. 1, 2, and getting warmer and warmer. And as you hear the music cut in, it just starts to get hotter and hotter and hotter. And you can sit up in your chair, so you can just wave one hand in front of your face. You'll make sure you do not expose yourself in any way, shape, or form as you start to get hotter and hotter. And if you're leaning on somebody and they need to sit up in their chair, you're going to make sure that they're able to do that. You can just sit up in your chair just like you're lounging on that beach, becoming more and more active. Some people go very, very deep. Getting very, very hot. On the count of 3, it jumps up. You'll make sure that you remain seated in your chair right now. That's right. Take a nice deep breath in. When I count from 1 to 3 and the audience screams out the word hot, it's like it's plus 25 degrees out there. 1, 2, 3. That's right. You will not overheat no matter what. You'll make sure you're safe at all times. Just like your butt is super glued to your chair right now. That's right. You take a nice deep breath in now. And the audience screams out the word hot. It jumps up to plus 35 degrees. 1, 2, 3. And you can begin to wave your hand in front of your face and cool off just a little bit. And if you're old enough to drink, you might notice that right beside your left hand, as long as you don't have any problem with alcohol, there's a drink right beside your left hand, and if you want to have a drink of that, it's fantastic. Go ahead. Oh yeah. And that thing is strong. It's 27 times stronger than anything you've ever had in your life. I mean, holy goodness. And heck, it even gives you the giggles. That's how strong that drink is. I mean, giggles like a 14-year-old schoolgirl has sometimes. And it's fantastic. And you take a nice deep breath in. And you realize it's so hot out. You realize in your other hand, right now, on the count of 3, there's an ice cream cone if you want it. And if you're not allergic to ice cream, you can lick that ice cream cone. It's in the other hand. That's right. You'll keep it clean at all times. Hotter and hotter. Plus 45 on the count of 3 with audience screams the word hot. 1, 2, 3. Holy chickens in Nazareth, is that warm? And as it gets warmer and warmer with each and every single breath, you realize you get hotter and hotter and hotter. And as, holy man, Mother Goose is that hot. And you realize, when I count from 1 to 3, you've got suntan lotion in your left hand. You'll keep your clothes on at all times, no matter what. When I count from 1 to 3, you've got suntan lotion in your left hand. You can rub that suntan lotion wherever you want. You'll keep it clean at all times. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead, rub that suntan lotion wherever you want. Keep it clean at all times. Don't forget your nose. You want to get your nose. You want to get your toes. Make sure you get your toes. And you realize, ladies, that your knees have magnets in them and they start to draw together completely and totally. That's right. And you realize those magnets are extremely strong. You take a nice deep breath in now. And without even screams of the word hot, you realize, well, you are so sweaty, you just need to wipe your forehead on count 3. 1, 2, 3. That's right. Oh, man. And you realize, like after 1 to 3, you're going to start to wave your hands to cool yourself off just a little bit. And you're going to make sure you stay in your chair at all times. Make sure you are safe at all times. Go ahead, wave those hands. 1, 2, 3, audience. By the way, it is not as easy as you show. The more you give to them, the more they will give to you, and they will get crazy. Oh. faster and faster. You might want to wave them toward your face because that's how you're going to cool off. There you go. And you realize if you're married, your husband's running across that beach in a Speedo right now. And if you're not married, whoever you think the most beautiful person in the world is running across that beach right now. I mean, they're beautiful, and you can wave at them if you want to. Whoever it is you find beautiful. And I want you to know, I'm going to snap my fingers and they're going to be completely and totally naked in your imagination. 1, 2, 3. And they disappear right now. Oh, and you're taking nice, and you're not sad at all because of that. You take a nice deep breath in now. And you relax a little bit, and you realize what's happened is you started blowing a storm, kind of like we've had all day. One of those wet, drizzly storms. And what's happened is the clouds just start to come in right now. And the music is still playing, and if you want to, you can groove to it, but those clouds come in right now, and it starts to get darker and darker. And you realize it's not rain coming down. When I count from 1 to 3, you're going to hear a wind, and you're going to realize it's snow coming down on the count of 3 when the audience says it was cold. 1, 2, 3. If you're holding a chair, you're going to make sure you do that thing. That's right. Being safe, being secure at all times, young lady. Young lady, I'm going to grab your foot and I'm going to move it out of there. Perfect. Being careful, calm, comfortable. Take a nice deep breath in now. You will not get so cold that you freeze in any way, shape, or form. If that young lady over there has a friend or a husband that would like to go sit beside her, I'd like you to do that right now. Where are you, sir? Perfect. Come sit beside her. You will not get so cold that you freeze in reality. You will only act as if you are cold. Take a nice deep breath in now and relax. Just a little bit. You'll find that a person you know and trust is sitting beside you, and he's even put his arm around you. And if you want to cuddle into him, he's nice and warm, man. Ladies, if you want to cuddle into each other right here, that person beside you is nice and warm. They will not touch you inappropriately in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. When I count from 1 to 3 and the audience says the word cold, it drops down to -20. You will not feel this in reality, but you will imagine it, and you'll act as if it dropped down that cold. 1, 2, 3. Keep in mind, you'll make sure your chair stays firmly on the floor, and if you are not in the chair, you will be safe at all times from this point forward. It is up to you to keep your safety at all times. When I count from 1 to 3 and the audience screams out the word cold, it drops down just 1 more degree colder, and as it does, you realize you froze to that person you're cuddling with. 1, 2, 3. That's right, and as you freeze to that person you're cuddling with, you're realizing something. They're nice and warm in there. They're safe. And that coldness disappears, but you realize you're still frozen to them. And as that coldness disappears, you quit reacting to the cold whatsoever. Some people go very, very deep. You're going to come up just a little wee bit. Come to where you're at, and you're not going to react quite as strongly. Take a nice deep breath in now. You realize right now you're stuck frozen to that person. And as you're stuck frozen to that person that you're cuddling with, I want you to know something. The meal that you guys had tonight was absolutely wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. But maybe somehow, I don't know what happened, but just a little bit of a bacteria got into that meal. Not in reality. You will not throw up at any time. But you're realizing when I count from 1 to 3, that person beside you has farted. You will not throw up. 1, 2, 3. And you realize it's not just them, it's the entire audience. I mean, it starts to affect them. 1, 2, 3. no point will you throw up throughout this process. But you're realizing something, as it affected them, it starts to affect you, but yours is silent. And no one knows it was you at all.
You little thing.
Even more comes out. More and more. And when I count from 1 to 3, you realize this next one is just a little wee bit more than a fart. It's a little bit wet on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh. And then right, if you want to find that chair right there, you can sit down in that chair. And even more comes out. And you realize you can squish it out in your chair just a little bit. Go ahead. Because there's no getting rid of it. You gotta squish it out with that chair. Oh, that's right. Oh. And you realize something. You realize, just sit back and relax now. You realize even now that person beside you, well, they smell wonderful. They must have, just take a nice deep breath in. You can smell the most beautiful smell you've ever smelled in your life. Take a nice deep breath in. You realize right now that person put cologne or, well, probably perfume on. Take a nice deep breath in. And just imagine the nicest perfume you've ever smelled in your life. If you're allergic to perfume, you are not allergic to this stuff. Specifically. That's right, coconuts for you, man. And you realize it comes specifically from their neck. Their neck smells fantastic, and you want to get just a little wee bit closer. Take a nice deep breath in. Their neck smells fantastic. That's fine. If you don't want to get closer to their neck, you realize your wrist probably smells fantastic. Your own wrist. That's right. But if you are near that person's neck, it smells fantastic too. And you go and smell your own wrist because that's the only way to get away from your own smell. If you have no sense of smell, that's fine. You realize it's the most wonderful sensation if you ever touch someone else's hair. It feels fantastic. That's right. Take a nice deep breath in now. And if someone touches your hair, you enjoy it as well. That's right. And you take a nice deep breath in. And a few moments are missing, just sleep now, you go right down. 1, 2, 3, sleep now, deeper. Relax. Sir, they're wild, and I had you doing something else, but we're going to let you go back in the audience because they're crazy. Alright, just give me a big round of applause for what they've done so far. Egg them on, they'll do even more. Feeling good, calm, comfortable, relaxing more and more. As you relax more and more, ladies, I want to let you know that tonight you are going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to allow you to do some wonderful things. Take a nice deep breath in now. And out. You will not fall out of your chair. You're realizing right now that if you fall out of your chair, your bum is going to start on fire. Young lady, can I get you to sit down? If you sit down, take a nice deep breath in right here. Stand up, right here. You're going to make sure you sit down and keep that butt in that chair unless I specifically tell you to move it. Your bum is no longer on fire. Your bum is no longer on fire either. If at any point your bum moves from your chair without me telling it to, it is automatically going to start on fire. It is a safety reason for that. You don't want to fall on the floor. You don't want to bang your head. Take a nice deep breath in and let your butt relax. That's right. It really is a safety thing, and sometimes you have to be mean to people to make it effective. Young lady, you're finding that your butt is magnetically drawn to the back of the chair. You can find that you're going to make sure your butt is on the chair fully at all times. That's right.
I hope so.
Take a nice deep breath in right now and just relax. Another nice deep breath in. Sleep now, deeper. Relaxed. Don't worry, she knows her bum needs to stay on that chair. Oh, take a nice deep breath in now. Deeper and deeper relax. Audience, give him one more big round of applause before we start the next piece. Oh. In a few moments, when I count from 1 to 3, you're going to realize something. You're going to realize that you're in a chuck wagon. I don't know why, but you're going to imagine you're in a chuck wagon. If you don't know what a chuck wagon is, that's the thing that people ride horses with. Anyway, you are racing this chuck wagon against everybody else. You remain seated in your chair at all times. You will remain seated in your chair at all times. You're going to race this chuck wagon. The faster you go, the better you feel, the faster you go. You're also realizing that there's some music playing while you're racing this chuck wagon. When I count from 1 to 3, you grab the reins of that thing, or whatever they use. It's reins, right? When I count from 1 to 3, you grab the reins of that thing, you take it down the racetrack. 1, 2, and 3. Make sure you're in that chair at all times. Make sure you got the reins of that thing at all times. If you like the music, you can groove to it. That's right. Get that chuck wagon going faster and faster. As it goes faster and faster. Generally, I want you to make sure you're in that chair, safe and sound at all times. You can move that chair to meet everybody else. It really is a safe thing. They're going faster and faster. From 1 to 3, you realize there's a unicorn running beside all of you. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, there's a unicorn right there. You realize that unicorn's having a wonderful time. And as you go fast, that's right. And if you like unicorns, that's awesome. And you realize as it looks at you, it smiles at you. That's right. And you get going faster and faster. And as you get going faster and faster, you realize that unicorn is weird looking. It's got teeth that are really, really sharp, and it's smiling at you. It's got teeth like a rat. Oh my goodness. And when I count to 1 to 3, it's going to bite your horse. The one. Oh.
I'm playing with your heart. We go on.
Take a nice deep breath in. You realize you're going to belt that tune out at the top of your lungs.
Oops, I did it again. I'm playing with your heart. We got lost in the storm. I'm a little teapot, so let's go. Here is the handle. Here is the spoon.
Remain in your chair at all times. Person I touch on the shoulder now. If you have, like a rock, if she leans on you, can lean back towards her, young lady. Relaxing, calm. Just relax into your chair. Deeper relax. Person right here, you're going to lean this direction. You're going to make sure you're safe. Just deeper relax.
I'm good.
You're fantastic. We're going to have some fun with you. I'm going to grab your arm. I'm going to drop it down. You'll go right down. You will not fall. You will not fall. You will not fall out of your chair. Take a nice deep breath in. Sleep now, deeper. Do not fall out of your chair. From this point forward, you will make sure you guys are safe at all times. You'll make sure you don't hurt anyone around you. You will relax and feel good. You will not react too animated. And you'll make sure you don't bump into anybody else either. In a few moments, when I count from 1 to 3, we are going to have some fun. It has to be controlled chaos, ladies, throughout the rest of the show. Make sure we don't hurt anybody. Are you okay, ma'am? Good. I want to make sure, because that cannot be fun. Take a nice deep breath in, everybody. If you're currently in the audience and you were hypnotized before, you will not go back into hypnosis. You will make sure your bum remains on the chair. You can continue acting as you have been. You're doing wonderful. You're going to calm it down just a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in.
I don't drink, but I like that. Bye.
Deeper. And deeper relax. In a few moments, when I count from 1 to 3, you're going to realize something. You're going to realize as you're running those chuck wagons, you're going to realize Take a nice deep breath in. We will shortly. In a few moments, when I count from 1 to 3, you're going to realize something. You're going to realize that the music begins to play, and you've become the world's greatest banjo player. That's right, the world's greatest banjo player. On the count of 3, you're going to grab that banjo with a thin air, and you're going to play it. You'll remain seated in your chair at all times. Oh, if you don't want to play it, it's some other instrument. It doesn't matter. No, it's like a banjo. 1, 2, 3. You will play along with music. You can back up into your chair just a little wee bit. Make sure that you're seated in that chair at all times. That's right. You can play along with the music that plays. How old is she? Just wondering. 18. Good. We're going to have some fun. Shooting kids? We're really going to have some fun.
You gotta wait that, sir. You tell him, girlfriend. I have.
Does she have children?
No.
Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun, too. You play that banjo faster and faster. Get it going faster and faster. As you play that banjo faster and faster, you start to tap your foot just a little bit. As you tap your foot just a little bit, you realize you can play that banjo with your nose right now. That's right. You can play that banjo. You're so good. You remain seated in your chair all the time. You're us right now. You can play that banjo with your ear if you want to. That's right. Heck, you can play that banjo with your butt if you want to. Go ahead. I come from 1 to 3, a string breaks. 1, 2, 3. Make sure you're back in your chair. Sit back. Take a nice deep breath in. Sleep now, deeper. Relaxed. Audience, give them a big round of applause. There's a big misconception that while somebody's hypnotized, that they don't have their personality. That's a lie. Your real personality comes out. It really does.
Wild child. Everyone of you thought I was kissing.
Now you take a nice deep breath in. And just relax. That's okay. We're gonna do some wonderful things. When I count from 1 to 3, you realize your left foot is extremely itchy. Every time you hear the word fire, from me, the song, or the audience, it just gets itchier and itchier. This itch will move wherever I tell it to. That's right, wherever I tell it to. It will not move to your crotch. When I count from 1 to 3, you realize anytime you hear the word fire, the itch burns more and more. You will not hurt yourself as you scratch. When I count from 1 to 3, this itch moves wherever I tell it. It's first in your left foot. You will not take off any clothing unless it's a shoe. All of the clothing will remain on. 1, 2, 3. Every time you hear the word fire from me, the audience for the song gets worse. Audience, 1, 2, 3. Holy man! And you can go ahead and scratch that foot if you want to. 1, 2, 3. And it moves up to your knee right now. Oh goodness! You'll keep your clothes on at all times. I was told to do a country-themed show. That's what I'm doing. Take a nice deep breath in. And it moves up to your hair right now. On your head. That's right. The hair on your head. And you realize it's not your scalp. It's your actual strands of hair right now. Audience, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Is she her daughter or not? Okay, perfect. And as that itch gets worse and worse with each and every single breath, you take a nice deep breath in, and it starts to move down. It starts to move down your back right now, and it goes to that spot in your back that you know you just can't scratch when the audience screams with the word fire. 1, 2, 3. That's right, as it moves down to that spot. And there's that spot on your back where you just can't stretch. We'll stop scratching anyone else because as it moves down to there, you realize it goes down to the worst possible place. So on the count of 3, when the audience screams of the word fire, it goes down to your bum on the count of 3. You'll keep your hands out of your pants at all times. On the count of 1 to 3, it goes to your butt. 1, 2, 3. And it moves to your bum right now. That's right. You will not scratch anyone else's bum, but you realize your bum is extremely itchy. And you go ahead and use that chair right now. And you can scratch your butt on that chair. She's lying. She says she's innocent. She's not. She's scratching her butt just like everybody else.
I washed myself.
And as that fire gets worse and worse, you realize it moves to your hands right now. And you realize as it moves to your hands right now, you realize if you clap them just a little wee bit.
Sir, I really need a mirror.
You can't have a mirror yet. They move to your hands. If you clap your hands just a little bit, that itch goes away just a little wee bit. Go ahead, clap those hands together. Yeah, go ahead. And as you clap those hands together, you feel fantastic. You realize that itch goes away completely until you take a nice deep breath in. And I count from 1 to 3, you go right down to sleep. 1, 2, 3. Sleep now. Deeper. Relax. Audience, give him some applause, please. You will make sure your chair is stable as much as possible at all times. You'll make sure you do not fall out of your chair. Take a nice deep breath in now. And out. When I count from 1 to 3, at that time and only at that time, you're going to open your eyes. If you have your eyes open throughout this, that's perfectly fine. You will not see this, but you will be able to imagine it. When I count from 1 to 3, you realize each and every single person in the audience, when you open your eyes, is completely and totally, except the children, is completely and totally naked. When I count from 1 to 3, 1, 2, 3.
Holy shit!
Are you their grandparents? Sir, can I get you to stand up? Thank you, sir. Oh. Is she married? Where is he? Oh. That's your dad, isn't it? And you realize hair starts to grow everywhere right now. Oh my goodness. Apparently she thinks you stink. Oh. And the hair grows more and more, and you realize the nakedness starts to move forward, and you realize when I count from 1 to 3, when I count from 1 to 3 and snap my fingers, you realize you're completely naked and they're completely clothed. 1, 2, 3. You realize you're naked right now. Remaining in your chair. Make sure you stay in your chair at all times. And you can let go of her, trust me. Just make sure you're in that chair.
Oh my god! Stop looking at me!
Looking good!
How do you do?
I'm not good at these clothes. This is gross. I'm not like that. Grab a chair.
Be very careful.
Please, I need to cover up. My Every one of you keep your clothes on.
There's a reason for me doing this. A lot of women have a very bad self-image. When I snap my fingers and count from 1 to 3, you're going to hear a song cut in. When I do that, you're going to imagine and know, in truth, that you are the most beautiful woman on earth. Because inside, you probably are. When I count from 1 to 3 and you hear that song, you feel as if you're the most beautiful woman inside and out on earth. 1, 2, 3. As soon as that song starts. And if you want to strike a pose, heck, if you want to stand up, you can go ahead and do that. You'll keep your clothes on. You'll keep it safe at all times. That's right, you're beautiful and you know it. You take a nice deep breath in now. And you head back to those chairs. You start to back up. You realize your booty is wonderful. You can start to back up to those chairs. And you take a nice deep breath in and your clothes come back and you feel awesome. But you're realizing the back of my pants have disappeared. Just the back right now. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing today? You doing good? What was that, sir?
Awesome.
That's good. Anybody have any questions about what hypnosis is or anything like that?
You're such an idiot. Bring you like that. Seriously, he's asking what hypnosis. That is wrong.
Asking if they have any questions.
What you were doing.
Oh, a penny! Oh! What was that?
That's a hairy ass!
Look there. Like, you're a pig. Just take your sweater off. Yeah, why do you look on you? Jeez. Yeah, don't look.
Sometimes.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Why do people look at other people? I don't get it. Like, look at yourself in the mirror all you want, but don't look at other people that you don't even know. That is so wrong. I am not He's shaking. You're disgusting. I'm taking it. Yeah, you're a sick psycho.
I'm going to snap my fingers. You're going to realize somehow your name got shaved right into that hair. We're going to clean it up a little bit from this point. Now I'm going to ask you to sit back. My pants come back.
Please.
Whoa.
That's enough.
You should have been looking you.
What was that?
Hair.
I don't know where it came from.
What are you doing in there?
Man, that's not mine, trust me. Chances are it's yours or hers. Or hers.
No. I guess my pants on so she doesn't have that. And I have underwear.
You okay?
My passport. Yeah.
I'm not sure where the hair came from, but I guarantee it's not my bum hair. I've been wearing my pants the whole time. You realize that?
How many kids do you have?
2.
Did your come off in your same life?
No, they're not. Actually, yeah.
Surprising.
Why?
You look like a man with 50 wives.
That's a compliment. I'll take that.
Great. One white. One white.
Some guys really like that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah. You're one of those.
Tamara, just let him go. Well, not all of them. You know, like what I told you. But you watched for those.
I don't know, my dad only had one wife.
How do you know that?
I haven't had any complaints yet, so.
Audience, I count from 1 to 3. This is wonderful. I love it.
It's called a secret life.
Those secrets don't stay secrets.
Secret
Girls,
life?
Girls, that's enough. We are
You guys
at
are
an
idiots.
anniversary.
Take a nice deep breath in.
You guys are
We're at
idiots.
an anniversary.
You guys are
Audience, when I count from 1 to 3, I need you to say the word sleep now. Audience, they'll go right down. 1, 2, 3.
holy.
Being safe at all times.
You guys are
Young lady, I've only ever had one wife. Just so you know. Take a nice deep breath in now. And out. And relax. In a few moments when I count from 1 to 3, you're going to realize something. You're going to realize you feel fantastic. As you feel fantastic, you're realizing the whole audience feels fantastic too. Ladies and gentlemen, that got a little more adult than I normally do. I apologize for that. But I want to let you know, everybody who's up here, we're going to have a fun time. When I count from 1 to 3, you're going to keep your eyes closed. And you'll imagine that you're watching a movie. You will not react too strongly to this movie, and you will not fall out of your chairs. If you fall out of your chairs, it won't be nice. You're going to make sure that you're in your chairs at all times. So when I count from 1 to 3, you're going to keep your eyes closed. You're going to sit up in your chairs and just imagine you have a movie playing right behind your forehead. 1, 2, 3. Right now. Keeping those eyes closed.
Yeah.
Imagining it is the happiest movie you've ever seen in your life.
How are you supposed to watch a movie with your eyes closed and
Technology is a bad thing.
Take a nice deep breath in now. And realize that your imagination is more powerful than any technology out there. And you can imagine a story playing within your mind.
No, your eyelids, duh.
And you take a nice deep breath in, and you realize it's the happiest story you've ever seen in your life right now.
Aww.
why can't more men be like that?
Maybe it's a romance. I don't know.
No, we need more honest, reliable, trustworthy men out there.
Take a nice deep breath in now. And out. And you realize the movie becomes just a little bit sad right now.
Oh, Bambi, no. Bambi, no.
And you realize.
What's that Barney song?
I love you. You take a nice deep breath in, and you realize the movie starts to change. It changes from sad to the most triumphant movie you've ever seen. I mean, they just triumph. They conquer whatever their fears or whatever's holding back.
Any little words. I'm like,
They conquer whatever their obstacle was. Take a nice deep breath in now.
So is it like Star Wars? They win.
It's whatever you believe it to be right now.
I don't know what mine is, but it sounds bigger.
small words. Oh.
Could have been the whole problem all along. Take a nice deep breath in now. And you realize the movie changes right now to the most boring movie you've ever seen in your life.
Oh my gosh.
I paid money for this.
Okay, back to the topic. Can we turn it off now?
Randy, turn the damn channel.
And you realize you can holler as loud as you want at this movie.
Give me that remote. I'm watching this commercial. No, you're sleeping.
You'll be careful, you'll not hurt yourself in any shape. Take a nice deep breath in now. Oh, that's right.
Oh, it's a
And you realize that light came on and it changed the movie. It changed it to a comedy on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Right now. And the movie starts to get funnier and funnier and funnier right now. And if someone near you is sitting and laughing, that's fine. Maybe.
Comedies aren't funny, sir.
You raise them special. Take a nice deep breath in. And for those of you that find it funny, it gets 10 times that funny. You'll make sure you're remaining in your chair at all times. And you realize the movie changes right now to the most romantic movie you've ever seen. I don't know what it is. It's like the Titanic crossed with the Notebook. It's not dirty. Take a nice deep breath in. And you realize it gets 10 times that romantic right now.
There's children in the audience. That's kind of cliche. Oh my gosh. Daddy.
Hey, seriously, I've seen all this before. What's going on now?
What were you doing?
It gets more and more romantic to the point when I count from 1 to 3.
Like, seriously, this is bad.
I'll work with them. When I count from 1 to 3, you realize the guy is a complete and total jerk and they break up. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you pig!
Stay away from out there. Stay away from him.
Stay
away. He's a jerk.
He's just doing everything so cliche. Just go and leave.
And
Seriously, you can't do anything about right.
You know, if you wait for marriage, you idiot.
You will not abuse your daughter publicly. Take a nice deep breath in now. And just relax. Oh.
Always right. Okay, just wait till you get home. That's why you're going to take me behind the barn? No, she just...
Take a nice deep breath in, ladies. Audience, on count 3, scream out sleep now. Again, ma'am, you will make sure you stay in your chair. When I count from 1 to 3, go ahead. 1, 2, 3.
Sleep now!
Deeper. Staying in your chair at all times. Making sure you're safe and sound. Give them a big round of applause for what they've done so far. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to end this thing on a high note, but before I do that, I want to let you guys know I want to thank you for having me up. I perform all over Western Canada. If you have any questions about me or what I do, come talk to me after the show. Take a nice deep breath in now. And relax. Even more. Deeper relax. In a few moments when I count from 1 to 3, you're going to hear some ringing. You'll make sure that you not hit your mother's glasses. When I count from 1 to 3, you're going to hear some ringing. You'll know it's coming from the speakers, but you'll imagine that it's coming from somebody in the audience, from their shoes specifically. You will not find somebody who could hurt themselves by coming up here. You're going to make sure you're safe at all times. When I count from 1 to 3, you will find that person with that shoe phone in the audience, and you bring them up here and you sit them down in the chair that you're sitting in currently. When I count from 1 to 3, you go find that person out in the audience. 1, 2, and 3. Bring them back up here when you're ready.
The phone, Bradley, get the phone. Get the phone.
You do. Oh, that's right. Find your shoe. You'll make sure your eyes are open when you stand up. That's right. Make sure you're safe. Open those eyes. Oh, young lady, you're not going to like what I do to you next. Go find the person in that ring shoe phone. Go. Oh. Where's the phone? It's different for each of you. Go find it. Oh.
Freaking phone in here.
It's someone's shoe right now. Go find it. Oh.
Why is it all in sandals?
It's the shoe.
They're all in sandals.
You'll remain in the building at all times. Oh.
She's an idiot, I told you, hey? Like, I found it the fastest.
That's your mother. You should have more respect for
Oh,
her.
and I love her with all my heart.
I'm going to snap my fingers. It's the next viable person you look at. Go ahead. Oh, that's right. Oh. Awesome. You're going to bring that young person up here. You're going to sit them down on the chair.
I understand.
Bring her up here and sit her down on this chair. Ma'am, are you okay with that?
Because of the rain. We're gonna have lunch right now.
Be very careful, young lady.
Yeah, we're gonna
When I count from 1 to 3, if you haven't answered the phone already, you can. 1, 2, 3. Hello.
Hello, welcome to Club.
How are you doing?
Oh, fine. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Putting up with these pathetic customers.
I want you to look into the person's eyes who you brought up. You will not hurt this person in any way, shape, or form. But
Sure about that?
yes, I'm certain. At least while you're up here, you won't hurt them. When I count from 1 to 3, you just look in the eyes right now. You realize there's something.
Sure. I don't want to hurt this poor kid. Beautiful.
You don't have to worry, young man. You're realizing right now that they're a wonderful person inside and out, but you're also realizing that they want nothing more than to ruin this whole event. There's only one thing. There's only one thing you can do to defeat them, and that's have a dance off with them. When I count from 1 to 3, you're going to begin to have a dance off with them. On the count of 3. 1, 2. You will not break dance or do anything stupid. And 3. That's right. And you're realizing right now. 1 second. You're realizing right now if they're not dancing, you're going to get them up and dancing. You're going to be safe as you get them up. Oh, don't worry, I will change it. That's right. And you realize as the music changes, the type of dance you do as well. As that music changes, so we count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. You begin to slow dance.
Robbie likes Laverne. No, I feel like some hot stuff.
She doesn't want to dance with you.
No, I don't like it. I hate slow music.
And you realizing even right now that you feel good. Sir, if she won't dance with you, just go grab her and dance with her.
Don't dance with me.
You're realizing even now, somewhere out in the crowd, there's somebody else that you might want to dance with. You can go find that person out in the crowd, and you can dance with that person. Making sure you're safe at all times. You can head back on the audience, sir. And now.
Hey! I just got you up here.
And you realize they become the most attractive person you've ever seen in your life right now. And if you're married to them or in a relationship, you can feel free to show your love. It's perfectly fine. You can kiss them on the cheek or wherever you want. Okay. When I count from 1 to 3, you realize that they are absolutely wonderful. And you take a nice deep breath in. And you realize what you're doing right now. You finally got to get funky and I turn it off.
Music is so lame.
It was, thank you. That made my day, thank you.
Can I get you to sit down? I mean, you're being really rude.
No.
Put her back.
Ma'am? No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm not listening to
Just trust me on this. I'm going to snap my fingers and her butt's going to start on fire.
I didn't train her like
You're
that.
so smart.
Sit down for a second.
I'm not listening to what other people have to tell you. I don't give it peer pressure.
We're almost done. Don't worry about it. Young lady, I want you to look right here. Take a nice deep breath
Someone's stabbing me!
Sit down.
If you sit down, they'll stop.
If you sit down, we'll finish this up, okay?
No. I like your lover. I need a cushion. Don't drop me, sir. Ma'am, whatever you want.
Sir, ma'am, that's not very nice.
I don't know what this is.
Here, beat her with it.
18 years.
18?
That's what you get. I'm 19.
That's okay.
You want to move out? You know it. Everything gets moved out.
I found a home already.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's sit down so we can finish up. What?
Moving out doesn't got two pennies to rub together.
My wife would not let you move in with me.
I work for the city.
Young lady, I'm going to ask you to sit down one more time. Thank you.
I hate germs. That's okay, then I'll do it. I need sanitizer.
We'll deal with it in a second, okay? Look right here. We're going to get rid of all of that.
I need sanitizer.
Does she actually need sanitizer?
Yes, that is different. My hands are so dirty. Please get me some water. Really? Are you? I hate dirty stuff.
This floor is clean compared to a lot of things.
So dirty.
Hey! That was a mistake. We're going to end the show in here. Are you okay?
But seriously, sanitizer.
Feet flat on the floor. No. Shoes. Please put your feet flat on the floor, young lady.
Like this. What does that mean? Like this? Do you like looking at looking there?
I told you their attitude comes out. That's not good. Thank you for calling me sir,
No problem.
young lady.
Please call me madam.
If there wasn't a family function here, I would make so much of a joke out of that. Yeah, I would.
Oh, do it.
Get the arm in here.
That man in dress outfit. Yeah, okay.
You guys ready to continue the show, everybody? Give them a round of applause. We'll calm them down. What? What?
Why are they coughing? Where's my sanitizer?
You don't get any.
My hands are dirty. Look at my stress. It will be okay. No, that doesn't get rid of bacteria.
Look right here. Look right here. Look right here. We're going to put you down one more time. I'm going to give you some awesome things. You're not going to feel worried about being dirty anymore by the time this is done.
Sanitizer.
We'll get you sanitizer right away. Look right here. Take a nice deep breath in.
No one ever makes
Believe me, I'm listening to you right now, dear.
You're ignoring me. You're not doing what I tell you. Go get me sanitizer.
Put it over your damn knee and give it.
Ma'am.
Someone in the audience, please. That is sanitizer.
Nice deep breath in. Sleep now, deeper. Relax. All pain floats away from you right now. All discomfort floats away from you as you sit back in your chair. You're going to make sure you're like a rocky lean this way, young lady. Make sure that she doesn't fall over her chair. You sometimes have to let their personalities come out. Sometimes it makes more of a show when you let that happen. Take a nice deep breath in, everybody. And out. Who are you scared for? That's nothing. Take a nice deep breath in. There's very few people that can mess with me while I perform, sir. You should be damn proud. Take a nice deep breath in now. And relax. Each and every one of you, in a few moments, you're going to sit up in your chairs. At that time, and only at that time, I'm going to give you the final suggestions for the night. We're going to get you that sanitizer, young lady, as well in a few minutes. But before I do that, take a nice deep breath in. and just allow yourself to relax. In a few moments, when I count from 1 to 5, you'll come completely and totally out of hypnosis. Before I do that, even now, I just want you to sit up in your chair and begin to remember something that you're proud of. I don't know what it is. I want you to think of that thing that you're proud of, keeping those eyes closed, and I want you to notice that feeling of pride start to grow inside of you. And if you can imagine it up on a big movie screen, whatever you're proud of on that movie screen, the very moment you achieved it, maybe it's your kids, maybe it's getting a job, maybe it's something else. I don't know what it is.
Something else.
Whatever you're proud of, I want you to notice just how good that makes you feel. And as you think of that thing, I want you to take that sense of pride and allow yourself to smile just a little wee bit if you can. This will help you out in the future. And as you begin to smile a little bit, that sense of pride starts to grow because you understand that you're just as good as anyone else.
You got it, sir. Don't call him sir, that's my job now.
Because you're just as good as anyone else. And you know that if you've been bullied in the past, called fat, stupid, ugly, skinny, whatever you find bad in the past, the only reason that person did it is because, well, yeah, they were jealous and that they were insecure with themselves. I don't know what they were insecure with, but you probably know. Take a nice deep breath in now and allow yourself to move forward in time from this point today to a point where you're going to achieve something in the future. I want you to think about that thing that you want to achieve in the future, and I want you to think about the exact second you're going to achieve it and how that makes you feel. That's Valentine's. Take a nice deep breath in now. And relax. In a few moments, when I count from 1 to 5, you'll completely out of hypnosis. Whenever you see your favorite color from this point forward, you'll know you're just as good as anybody else who can achieve your dreams and do whatever you want with your life. If you choose to do the hard work. If you're lazy and don't do the hard work, well, chances are you'll end up a bum. So, take a nice deep breath in now. When I count from 1 to 5, you'll come completely and totally out of hypnosis, and you'll know anytime you see your favorite color that you're going to work to achieve your goals. 1, coming out just a little bit. 2, coming out a little bit more. 3, coming out a little bit more. 4, take a nice deep breath in. And 5, eyes open, wide awake, feeling good, making sure those eyes are open. Oh, lots of stuff. Your jacket's back here. By the way, they will begin to remember within about 2 minutes. They'll remember everything they've done. They'll find it hilarious, I hope. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is, while you're hypnotized, your true personality comes out.
What happened to those other idiots?
As I said, her true personality comes out.
I'm innocent.
Young lady, are you okay? You went off the chair a couple times. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, she fell and crushed
Okay.
me.
Awesome. You over there, you're fine. I just want to make sure. And how are you?
Oh, I'm pretty happy.
That's good. Your daughter's pretty lippy. Just wait, you'll remember it in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jesse Rose. I'd like to thank you guys for having me out. Thank you guys for being up. She's remembering it even now.